Hello, this is Kyle Grossmiller from Pure Storage, and in today's demo video, we're going to walk you through some of the VMware-based data mobility options that are available on Amazon Web Services. So to start, we've got an on-premises virtual machine. It's backed by virtual volumes, and we're going to migrate it to Elastic VMware Service, which is a new service from AWS. To do this migration, we're going to leverage VMware HCX, which is a tool that's bundled with EVS for free. So what I'm doing here is I'm navigating into our production on-premises environment. That's the VM that we showed earlier. And I'm going to now just click through. Here's my EVS cluster. I've got a cloud block store instance connected up, and I'm going to migrate it to a virtual volumes data store. This is a cold migration. There are other migration options. I'm going to select a folder called HCX, do my format of the volume, and then select my service mesh for EVS. From here, I'm going to go into the actual VM itself, change it to my EVS virtual machine network. I'm going to save it. I'm going to validate it, and I'm going to kick it off. This migration will take a while, so we'll pause it before we come back. There's about 10 terabytes of data on this VM. It's got multiple database drives, and that's part of the fun that we'll show you once it's been migrated, which that migration completed. And again, it did take several hours to do so. So here's Elastic VMware Service. We can see that's my VM that's been migrated, SQL vvols -1. Now we can start to do some fun things. First thing we'll do though is we'll boot it up. Now this VM has 3 hard drives on it, and we can see those by going to the Pure Storage AWS Cloud Block Store instance and clicking into a volume group and finding that VM. So there's our VM volume group. That volume group is comprised of both the OS disk as well as multiple data disks. So we'll grab this 9 terabyte MySQL data volume, and we're going to create a snapshot of it. So we'll do that here. I'm just going to name it aptly demo. So there's our volume snapshot. Now, some of the neat stuff that you can do within the VMware ecosystem is here's a test dev VM, and I just want to move that. I want to copy and move a snapshot of that 9 terabyte volume that we just took. And I'm going to import it from that VM to a completely different VM. So there's SQL1, I'm going to import it. And what we're doing is we're copying a new volume from that snapshot and attaching it up to a volume group that is attached to SQL-1. Now I'll power it on. We're going to hop in. And now if we just look in the My Computer drive, we will see that there are multiple different disks available. Actually, we'll go into disk management. But there we can see there's our 9 terabyte disk available and ready to use against this test dev virtual machine instance. So that's one really neat thing we can do. Another really cool thing is AWS EC2. So I've spun up an AWS EC2 instance running MySQL. I'm going to log back into my array from my AWS EC2 instance. I've already done the work to connect up the CBS instance to the VM via ingest iSCSI, and we can see that connection is there. And now what we'll do is from that original virtual machine that we migrated, we'll go back into it. And here's a 1 terabyte database data volume. And we'll repeat that same procedure. This time we'll take a new snapshot, call it MySQL demo, or excuse me, MySQL-EC2. So we've created that MySQL EC2 instance. And now from the GUI, we can copy this volume snapshot to a new volume. So now this volume exists. Now we'll go find that volume that we just created from that snapshot. And now we're going to connect it up to our AWS EC2 instance. Again, I've already pre-populated this, so it's ready to go. But from a data migration perspective, we're effectively done. The volume's been connected up to this EC2 instance that we've been running on. We go into disk management. There we can see there's our 1 terabyte volume. We have to online it, but now as we can see, that database volume is now available. Now, if we click in, we can see there it is, and there is all of our data that we're now able to manipulate against an EC2 instance. So again, just a lot of data flexibility done very quickly. Thank you for watching. Please check out this QR code if you want to learn more about Cloud Block Store on AWS and Elastic VMware Service. Thanks again for joining.